Hello, good morning everybody. So, today we are going to have a session on entrepreneurship, a pathway to innovation and growth. In fact, how to benefit the faculty, students and innovators, those aspects will be taken care. So, this is a collaboration program by Photonics Valley Corporation and TASC and being transmitted by TSAT. So, here main objective of the program is it is like what is entrepreneurship. We should understand what is entrepreneurship and why one should choose entrepreneurship, and second, what are the different steps, what are the challenges, what are the advantages, what are the disadvantages and what is the outcome, what is that they achieve, and what should be the qualities of an entrepreneur, so that he is successful in his life. That is one point will be taking care. And the faculties and students, what way they can benefit from this. I mean, how faculties can guide or mentor the students, or the students can think of taking entrepreneurship as a career. That is very important, because when a student after fourth year engineering student or any student you take as a graduate or anybody, he wants to take up or she wants to take up a job, he is only employed, he is only helping his family. But once he becomes an entrepreneur, so he can start his own business and he can help maybe 5 to 6 families and all that. See, when you say entrepreneur, the moment you go out to the market, you walk on the road, you find everybody the tea stall, that he is also entrepreneur. So, whatever is, because he is employed some people, he is earning his business, in fact, they make lot of business. So, this is what we are going to cover in this about 2 hours time. And what you see here, it is like when you say the right side, you see the capital, the development and the challenges, the initiatives. So, these are the points whatever is shown, these are very much challenging points for the entrepreneur, but they have a mindset where they can overcome those kind of challenges and they come out successful. And I am from myself Dr. 𝗧𝗬𝗧 Choudhury. I am a professor and advisor I&I CBIT, and I was working as executive director in BHEL as taking care of corporate R&D and corporate technology management, and about 38 years of industrial R&D and collaboration experience I have. So, based on that experience, we will try to connect all this talk on entrepreneurship and the growth or as a career opportunity to the industry, how they can be successful. So, first of all, what is a entrepreneur? When you say what is an entrepreneur, it is nothing but somebody wants to do a business, a new business he wants to start. It may be an innovative business, it can be a standard business. See, when you go out, you find there is a grocery store, there is a medicine store, there is a store which is a mobile store. So, all that everybody is, they are all entrepreneurs. Whenever somebody, because see, you can see the mobile store maybe 10 years back, so many mobile stores are not there, because when there is an opportunity, when so many crores of people are using mobile, and definitely it comes for repair. But see, in India normally when you buy a mobile, maybe 2 to 3 years you will be definitely using, or 4 years you will be using. So, we go for repair. Once you go for a repair, we need a person, or you go to their store service center of a particular company, then maybe charges are high. So, that is why the people who do not go to service center, sometimes a local mobile store they will go and they will try to do the service, and they try to get a repair done at a very nominal cost. So, these are all opportunities. That is why you can find so many mobile stores, people are buying, people are servicing. So, these are the kind of a business which is happening, and people are quite successful in that type of business. And not only that, see, in Hyderabad road, if when you travel nowadays, see, I remember when I came about in 1981, when I came here, so many tea stalls we do not find that time. But now you just see anywhere road there is a tea time, chai wala, chai sutta, or you go to some other restaurants where you can say a particular type of tea is served. So, that you get because they have put little innovation in that. Whenever you say it is not that just a tea, a particular tea or a flavor or the kind of innovation they put there. So, that you get attracted, you go there, you try to have that tea, a particular brand, particular place, you like the taste. So, this is how you attract the customer. The entrepreneurs will be attracting customers and they make money. So, they make lot of money. It is not that a roadside vendor today, if you go through high-tech city here in Hyderabad, you find with cycle, no, people come with breakfast, and lot of techies, when before going to office, they stand there, they take their breakfast, and these people also make lot of money, and they sell at a very cheap price. It is quite hygienic and they maintain quality. So, that is the reason people are attracted. So, all of them are entrepreneurs. We cannot say they are all roadside shops or something. They are all entrepreneurs. They know how to attract people, how to make their food tasty, how to maintain quality, how to maintain hygiene. That is the reason people are attracted and people are coming. So, when you start a business, no, it is the mindset and the lifestyle. See, now the lifestyles are different, the mindset is different. So, you have to match with those mindsets and those things, and entrepreneurship is something like risk taking. So, everything there is a risk. Suppose tomorrow you say I will start a shop here at that place, you have to do little market survey, market research. You need to do how many people are there, how many shops are nearby, how many colonies are nearby. So, how many people you can expect, or you can take directly feedback from nearby places. What are the what is the business, how it is happening. Somebody wants to, let us say, a grocery store, it is also he is also entrepreneur. So, he wants to open that. So, he needs to have a market research, or what is the kind of a service he is going to provide. See, these are all. So, they are all trying to take risk. So, that is why whenever these online delivery stores, all this happened, people have taken risk, because we do not know whether the public will order things online, because we always like to go to a shop, see the quality and buy it. That is why sometimes you go to supermarkets, and the supermarkets will check the variety, check the quality, everything we buy. But nowadays, no, there are some online stores have come, you just order within 15-20 minutes, you get the supply at your house without any additional cost, and in fact, sometimes it is cheaper rather than going and buying from the market. So, these are the type of entrepreneurs which are coming up, and they take risk. It is not that, no, when I start, I may succeed, I may fail, or what is the kind of a special service, what is the kind of a customer delight I am offering. So, based on that, my system will work or my business will be successful. It is like, no, unless you take a risk, there is no reward. So, entrepreneurs are taking risk because they are investing their money. It is not that somebody else is giving them money to start a business, but when they are investing money, they are taking a risk, but if it is successful, then you also get a reward, and you also get lot of, when you scale up your business, then you can get a lot of reward there. So, there are some qualities. It is not that, no, always you start thinking whether my business will be successful, I am becoming an entrepreneur. So, you should be forward thinking. It is like, no, whenever you start you want to become an entrepreneur, you start a business, you have to see what is the kind of a service or a product you are offering to the public or to the customers, whether it is a totally new product we are offering, which will change the kind of a requirement which is the people are looking for in the society, or it is a new product which will, or a business model which can interact, where you can interact with the consumers, you can bring a customer satisfaction there. So, or as a somebody as like a software as a service, if I take. So, he is not selling a business, he is not selling a commodity, he is selling the software as a service. Like, no, when you have a computer at your house, either you carry your computer for servicing, or there is a person who comes to your house and he will service it. Like you see, there are many such kind of a services offered. Your geyser has become bad, your refrigerator has become bad, anything, no, either the company service center, if there is a guarantee warranty, or there are service centers people have opened and they have taken franchises of different companies. They come and they have trained their people, and you get the service at your home. So, these are the kind of a service people are looking for. So, that entrepreneurs have to see that whether they can offer this kind of a service or a better service. See, when I say entrepreneur, see then it can be a different types of entrepreneurship is there. So, there is a small business, as you see a grocery store, medicine store or mobile store, many such kind of a thing, a TV store, all that is there. So, these are all small businesses, but there are some businesses which can be scaled up. See, like your chain of supermarket. So, they are scaling up. So, there are any other entrepreneur, suppose you are developed a product and your product is slowly being accepted by the people, and you start opening, you see there are many restaurants, a chain of restaurants, a chain of hotels, they are coming up because they are able to scale up, because once they have a customer base, they have a good customer feedback, then once they open up, people start coming because they have created a brand. Creation of a brand is very, very important when you are an entrepreneur, or when you say large entrepreneurship company, maybe something else you are doing, you want to start another business there. So, you can easy for you to scale up or easy for you to diversify, and you can make lot of business there, lot of profit there. Something called social entrepreneurship. So, there it is like NGOs are there, or you are having a social entrepreneurship, you are a social entrepreneur, you are making a product or a service to help people, to help the community who are in need, but they cannot pay more money. So, there you cannot make, you may get your salary, you may get your expenditures whatever you are spending, but you may not expect a large amount of profit, but it is a service to the people, to the mankind, which is required for everybody. We need to give a service to the mankind. So, when I compare entrepreneurship with a startup, so both are almost similar, but there is a thin line between the two. So, a entrepreneurship, something what I told in my previous slides when I was explaining. So, it is like any kind of a business, there may not be any innovation, but a product you are selling, you are able to make an impact. So, that is the focus, it is a broad focus, whereas startup, it is not a broad focus, it is a narrow focus, something on innovation, centered on innovation, whereas it need not be, entrepreneurship need not be on innovation, but a startup can become an entrepreneur with its innovative product and can scale up in the market. Risk level is high for an entrepreneur, because he is putting his money, he is bootstrapping, nobody will give a loan when you open a shop or something. Sometimes the bank may come forward to give a loan if you are a MSME registered company, something like that, but unless you are making a business, some turnover is there, they will not give loan so easily, otherwise without a collateral. See, there are government, some schemes are there like Grameen Bank and all, where we can get some loans without any giving any security or something like that, which can help you to grow your business. But startups, it is a high risk and uncertainty is there. Your product is an innovative product, whether the market will accept that product you do not know, whereas as I told you, a mobile store, mobile service, people will accept, or you are selling hardware store, lot of construction companies are there. So, that will be accepted, or you are manufacturing let us say PVC pipes, which are required for construction purpose. You know that so much of construction, so many buildings are coming up, all these things are required. You are making bricks, you are an entrepreneur. So, that is required, or you are a company which is giving all the internals, or you can architect. So, that you can all this, because so many buildings, so many offices are coming up, you will get your business. So, this kind of a things are, but architect, innovations, something like you can see if you go to many architects, some people do just a kind of a normal thing, but some people are very innovative. There are some architecture which are very innovative, and you can see the buildings all over your high-tech city and your assembly and many places. When you go around, you see each building is different, something new thoughts, new innovations, creativity which has been brought in. So, unless somebody becomes a creative, and he cannot become a entrepreneur, you cannot attract people, because customers are also very intelligent. It is not that earlier days when whatever is available you will buy. See, like I remember still your childhood days, or that certain kind of a product which is available then in the market that goes by brand. So, like you see soaps, there are many soaps are available. See, that is Nirma, one soap was there. So, there was an advertisement, it was a great success, but still it has its share of market and all that is there. But you find so many soaps are there in the market with a organic soaps and which you see that there is no chemical in that. So, that is the kind of a market which is growing. Similarly, for food industry, you see your rice is there, fine rice, it was very clean, neat, looks good, or a sugar which is looks very white, because lot of chemical processing has been done for the sugar to look white. So, nowadays the lifestyle is changing, people are again going back. So, they say that I want to use jaggery instead of sugar, or somebody says that rice which is cleaned, I need not hand pound rice, I want to use, because it has got certain vitamins and all which is not taken away from that the skin, which is just taken out by milling. So, these are the kind of, or people say that I do not want a food which is grown, or some thing rice which is grown by using fertilizer, because the plants also will absorb fertilizer. They say organic farming or organic products. So, they are also entrepreneurs. Then you say it is like some vegetables are available in the market, people definitely use fertilizers to make it very attractive, the yield will be more profit. But people are there which they do organic farming, hydroponic farming, all that product may be little costly, but you are again the person who was doing this kind of a farming, he is also taking certain amount of risk. Can he attract customers to buy a product at a higher price? So, this is what is the risk somebody is taking when somebody is trying to become an entrepreneur in that area. So, any area you take, so there is a amount of risk involved, and that risk how you are mitigating, how you are going to that challenge you are going to overcome. So, that is what is the real quality of an entrepreneur or a person who is doing his startup. And all this entrepreneurship, whatever you say, it is self funding, because I will borrow money from family and friends, then we will start a business. So, that is all bootstrapped, whereas if a startup has proper vision and proper business plan and all, there are many VC capitals or some startup funds are there, they provide money. So, that yes, you are putting your time, already you have also invested some money, it is that your money also is at risk, whatever money initially you have invested. But certain venture capitalists, when they are investing, so a risk is there for you as well as the person who has invested his money, because he is taking equity in your company, some equity is being taken by the person who is investing money. And it is all the entrepreneurship, normally if you find there continuously, there are some people who are making 30-40 years, that is the kind of a thing, they are making that kind of a product. You see, there may be some fast food centers running for 30 years, 40 years, and they are very famous, and they make not that they will have 20 people working with them. So, they are also entrepreneurs, and they are running 30-40 years. What is that? There is some uniqueness, something is unique with them. If you just go to them, you ask them what is the ingredients you are using, can somebody else not do these things? No, it is not possible, because by using it again and again for a period of time, they have innovated certain things. This is how the process should be. The innovation, last time we were talking of innovation process. So, that process they manage so well, and they use certain ingredients which they would have tried a number of times, come out, okay, this is the kind of a masala which they will make themselves. It is like a trade secret when you say your Coca-Cola bottle or a Sprite bottle, whatever the chemical which is used, it is not patented. That chemical is a trade secret, like your WD-40, the spray we use for removing rust. Again, it is a trade secret. It is not that it is patented, or it is like copyrighted, or it is some design patent is there. So, when I talk about patent, see, patent is, you can have a utility patent, you can have a design patent, you can have a trademark, you can have a trade secret, or a geographical indicator, like So, there are various type of things. So, when you are an entrepreneur, you see what is the kind of a thing you are doing. So, your business, it goes by your name or your trade name. So, have you made it, taken a trademark copyright for that trademark? Have you taken registered it? Because otherwise, no, if you are doing well, somebody else will start with your name. That time you have to fight back, saying that you have to go to court and all other things you have to do. But now also, even if you have registered, somebody starts, you can sue him in the court, you can say send him a legal notice. So, for an entrepreneur, these things are also very, very important to see. As I told you, there are different type of entrepreneurship. Is a small business entrepreneurship, scalable, which can be scaled up. It is like your business can be scaled up. Then large company, of course, they grow and already certain things they are making, some products they are making, another product they want to make. So, it is just I am giving an example. It is like you are making, let us say your company is making the IC engine cars, vehicles using IC engine. Now, let us say emerging technology, the electric cars are coming, you start another business and it is easy for you to scale it up, because you have money, you have a R&D, you have people and you have technology for manufacturing. So, all that is existing with you, but a new person you wants to start, you may find small startups who have entered and they want to become entrepreneur and start manufacturing, scaling up. It becomes difficult for them, because the first time they are making, and second a production process, the automation of that production process, which is not so easy to master over a short time. So, okay, for the first product you can make and try to test and get it qualified. It is not that first product is successful you make with a lot of time, but automation has to be done. Even if you are not present, your product should be able to get manufactured. Like I will give, of course, I do not want to take names of any company, but just giving for example, like Haldiram you say. Long back, if you see, Haldiram was not such a big company. So, Bikaner Bhujia, if you take, they started very small things. So, but they have become grown very big. Initially, they started with small things, 1 or 2 items. They have expanded, they have made, because they know what is the public requirement, what is the consumer, what is that they are interested. And you see the packaging. All these companies, when they do, you have to see what is the kind of a packaging they do to attract people. Okay. And the packaging, when you say there is a copyright, the name they write, the trademark they use. So, because people, it should be, and there is a design patent they do. All these entrepreneurs, you see your bottle, you say a Pepsi bottle for example, or a Coca-Cola bottle, there is a definitely safe, there is a convenience to hold, and they will claim that it is airtight, nothing can enter. So, if you see lot of thinking process have gone in the packaging part. It is not that the product has to be good, the packaging has to be good. When you receive a new phone, all top companies, let me say 1 or 2 companies, top companies are there, you see how they are packed. When you are opening the packing, you see how beautifully they are packed, and their cover must be. Similarly, you go to a optical center and you make a specs, you see the kind of a the specs cover the box is giving and how attractive it is, and so this is how you attract people. And you see that earlier, when optical center, when I am talking about optics, there are many people in the market. You see Titan is one big company there, and nowadays you would have seen Lenskart has come in a big way, and it has become quite a successful company. See, and it is of course providing a customer a reasonably good quality at a better price. Definitely, you can see the advertisement, what is the kind of a advertisement it is there. Similarly, there are many companies, when you say there is a, and there are some indigenous, see like when you say earpods. Earlier all earpods were importing or it is coming. Nowadays, lot of Indian companies like Boat, they have come up, they try to provide at a cheaper price, but there is a tough competition, and maybe sometimes these entrepreneurs may not be able to make much profit, because there is a competition, because it is a open market. India is a open market. So, that is why you can say see the tea powder. Earlier you see how many brands of tea were there, but now you see so many brands are there. So many, they are trying to say that this my brand is unique and this is the kind of a taste it will give. So, how you can market it, that depends how much customer will get. and how much business you will make, and that is how your business can grow. That is why large companies easy, they have money, they can have marketing. You see all film stars and all big people, cricketers, they do branding for them. That attracts a lot of people. When they feel that he is the cricketer, he is using this XYZ product, I must try it out. That is how the people get attracted. Not that, see, you have to try out, you have to see is good or bad, you have to see the what is the content in that. So, all that if you analyze, provided you have that much of knowledge on that, so that to analyze. But normally customers, people, we do not have time sometimes to check, because as per the government guideline at the back side, they have to write what is the ingredient, what is the how much calories, everything has to be mentioned. But it is normally we will not read, sometimes we do not read, but nowadays people have become very careful, and they start checking what is the kind of what are the things being used, what is the color being used, how much sugar content is there. So, all that is there. Like if you say, if I take a cold drinks bottle of 250 ml, maybe 4-5 spoons of sugar will be there, which we are not knowing. So, but slowly when the market is shifting, people are become conscious about the sugar intake. So, you see these companies how they have changed their innovative style. So, they say sugar free, it is now many cans are coming, bottles are coming. So, that the people who are shifting other side, so they will buy that and try to drink that. So, they do not want to lose business. If you are not aware of the market requirement of the people, then you start losing a section of the market. It is for all, it is not that for one company or two companies. Social entrepreneurship, what I told you, it is will not make a Grameen Bank, I told you they give a loan, sometimes people will pay back, sometimes they are defaulters, a lot of follow ups, and without collateral. And there are many companies who do service to the people, or they sell products to the people at a very low price, and or particularly the people who are physically challenged. Some products we make, we cannot expect that much of profit. It is not like abroad. When you say a product is made for a physically challenged person, but they have money, they can pay more money. Whereas in India, there are some people, a visually challenged person who is in a village, he does not have much income. Suppose you make some aid for him, you make something which is useful for him for day to day life, but you do not expect 5,000, 10,000 for that product. There are some products which are for visually challenged people, which will cost 20,000, 50,000, 30,000. It will help them to guide and all. But can you make a product which is at least he will be in a month he will be spending 50 rupees or 100 rupees, that is all, to help him, instead of without the help of a person, that person can go from place 1 to place 2, or when he enters, suppose this is a room, somebody enters. So, he can, he does not have a feel, somebody has to tell him this is the room, so many people are sitting, there is a meeting going on, all this table, chair, all these things are there, or some posters are there. So, this somebody has to explain. Can that challenged person do it without the help of anybody else? Can he enter and see, have a feel, in this room these kind of equipments are there, this many people are there, this is the discussion going on, or a session is going on the entrepreneurship, like that. By just seeing a poster, he cannot see, he can feel, but it is not, the poster is not made of braille, poster is just like that. So, everybody has a, suppose you have a mobile, though he cannot see the mobile, but he knows which button is where. There are some helpful tips are there by which you can know, or the moment he touches, then he says it will explain everything, because now it is the artificial intelligence which we can use computer vision, that can be used to analyze, or you develop a product ultrasonic sensors. So, the sensor, but it will say there is an object, but it cannot identify for him what is the kind of object. Suppose in front of me there is a camera, there is a TV. So, all these things it cannot identify, but artificial intelligence, yes, it can identify, it can tell the person this. So, this is how we can bring a lot of change in the life. An entrepreneur can bring this example I gave because some of our students, CBIT students, they have developed a application which will help these visually challenged people just by clicking an image. Suppose the person is at the traffic place or at a traffic chaurasta he is standing. He does not know which side is what, how many vehicles are there, the traffic signal is red, yellow or green. So, by just taking a picture he says now it is red, you cannot go, so many vehicles are there. So, that way without the help of anybody, if he can cross the road, if he can make his life better, yes, because he also needs, he also deserves a life which is full of enjoyment. He should be able to enjoy his life and he should be able to do his work. Suppose a medicine, somebody wants to give a medicine to him, but can say this is the kind of a the application or a device which can help these physically challenged people to know, yes, this is the medicine which by a picture, or a person who does not have leg, can I devise a device which by using it he can, it can help him to move, or hand issues are there, somebody is paralytic, can I have a prosthetic hand which will, or attachment which will make his finger move by, so by giving instructions. So, this is what is the social entrepreneurship will be there, because you cannot expect that is the kind of a profit. Yeah, yes. Hello. There is a phone call, we will take the phone.
Hello.
Please go ahead.
Good morning, sir. My name is Akshara, sir.
Yes.
My question is, sir, how entrepreneurship is considered as a career opportunity?
Yes, it is a good question. See, for a student, you are studying now. Okay. So, a student who is studying, or not a student, anybody who has just gone to school and come out, a business can be done by anybody. See, I was mentoring a startup who is just 10th class, and he has developed a system. When you go to a rice mill, no, then the rice husk is there, no, it is taken out and rice is separated and you start packing and selling. But from that place, how to remove this rice husk from one place to the other place? Suppose it is by the human being, 5 people, 10 people are carrying on the head. So, it creates a lot of allergy, itching, all that. Can I automate that process? He is the person who has made automation and now he is selling his product. He is just a 10th class person, he is an entrepreneur, good entrepreneur I would say. He has taken risk, he has made this machine and he has employed some people in his factory now who are working. So, he has now, he himself got the livelihood, now he has given livelihood for the people. So, he has become an entrepreneur. Then you say, I will give an example. You would have heard a B.Tech Pani Puri Wali. In the YouTube, if you search, you will find a person with a B.Tech come out with an innovation, how to make very good quality. Then you start, when you are successful, then you start giving franchisee, tea time, chai sutta. These are all people, no, and there are sometimes no people who have passed from IIT. They go to villages, they have a organic farming, they grow, they give people lot of jobs. If you have heard of Zoho Corporation, Mr. Sridhar, so it is a, I think 7,000 or 8,000 people are working, and that is software as a service they are providing. It is a big company, it is somewhere in the village. It is not that, so when anybody you want to become an entrepreneur, only thing is you should have an idea. It is not that something is good or something is bad. Only when you have an idea, that when you are observing the market, you are observing the situation, you are observing the community, what is the requirement, today's requirement. If you can find out that requirement, make a business plan and see that how much you are going to invest, how much you are going to get a return, can it be sustainable over a period of time. First 6 months you may not make profit, fine, not an issue. But subsequently can your profit will start growing, then you are getting a livelihood, plus you are also employing some people. Now, you see it is the AI is coming up in a big way. You see that how you can employ AI for many of the things, many services, how in the health tech devices, can I employ AI there or any. So, whenever a student who is studying, he takes up a job or a software job, you get employed at a place and you start doing regular jobs for 1 year, 2 year, 3 years. So, this is the kind of a job, sometimes you are satisfied with that job, sometimes you are not satisfied, 8 hours of work and all that. But when you become an entrepreneur, you can employ people. Initially, you are taking a risk, as you have seen, and you can employ people, you can get your livelihood, plus 5 more people you have employed now, those 5 persons are getting, or you have co-founders, they are also getting employment, and subsequently when you are growing, you have 200 300 people. Some of the rural entrepreneurship, if you go and see, there are some ladies, they start a business and slowly they will employ 20 30 such workers, such ladies who do not have work at home, they come and work like a stitching or some food packaging, so or food processing. So, everything like a millet they do. So, they are employing. It is not that one should be highly educated to become an entrepreneur. A person with a 5th class education, with a 6th class education, with a 10th class education also can become an entrepreneur, and he can also employ a lot of people and he can provide livelihood to the people. This is what is possible, but these are the qualities, certain qualities we are going to discuss. What is the kind of a competencies are required. See, persons have become entrepreneur without analyzing this, the kind of a competency are required. It is inbuilt, sometimes it is a common sense, people become entrepreneur. You see, you go to a grocery store, some particular community or from a state, people run lot of business. So, what they do is, see, one is something called cash flow management. See, if you start giving on credit, your money does not come back. So, then some point of time you will not have working capital, but you should know how to make a business, how much credit you give, how much money you should immediately you should get back, or how to run a business. A customer comes to your place, how to interact with the customer, customer interaction is very important. So, this is what, or you want to make a new product. So, how to make a new product. So, you should take people who are experts in that field, you should take mentoring. If it is a college, teachers are there, in those specialists are there. That is why I say the faculties, what way they can contribute. Students, other than your studies, something else if you can do, which I will call it a, it is not a IQ. IQ is nothing but your CGPA, whereas emotional intelligence, it is something like you get creativity, you get your business, you get your team working, you get your leadership quality. So, all these things is all required if really you want to become an entrepreneur, and if you put sincere effort, yes, you will be successful. So, the coming back to our point, the importance of entrepreneurship, it is it drives innovation, it solves the people what are the problem they are facing across the industries or the communities people need. Suppose the industry is making a certain product, okay, particular component he is importing, let us say. If you can come out, if you know this and it is made in 100 numbers or 1000 numbers or 1 lakh numbers, can you make that product supply to that industry at a price which is less than the price which is the import cost, and giving a better reliability and a better efficiency. In this, that is, I'll give an example here. We make these electric vehicles. If you go and talk to them, you say, or you look at the motor and controller, it may be some foreign make sometimes. Okay, but you have to see that whether the company these are the key components. Okay, you want to have a rewinding, you want to have a servicing, because for us you cannot throw it. Normally, so the engine, when you use a IC engine, after some time this engine will go for repair. The mechanic will do certain repairs for that engine, again we will run 1 lakh kilometers or a 50,000 kilometers or 2 lakhs kilometers, it will run after that. So, this is the kind of a thing where one can see that how important it is, any kind of a entrepreneur, all that is there. See, when COVID came, only few people were manufacturing a mask, but that time so many people came out, they became entrepreneur, they provided mask, people started making oxygen concentrators, those machines, so that we need not import the machines. So, that is why the society sometimes they require such kind of a help or the service from the entrepreneurs who should come out and try to help. Everybody cannot innovate, everybody cannot do a business, but there is somebody should come and this should start. See, there are people who are, let us say, give an example in particular south and all, lot of young students they go abroad and parents are at home. Sometimes they are in a position to cook, they are not in a position to cook, or they want to relax. So, suppose there are some people who are giving food, preparing food and serving and giving at the packed food. So, this is also a entrepreneurship, like office is preparing meetings and on the lunch is brought from outside. So, somebody is doing that. It is not that something is below my prestige or something like that. Any business, you are an entrepreneur, I would say. So, this is the kind of a business nowadays lot of people are coming out. You see your idli dosa, ID. If you go to a supermarket, you will find. What is that? Idli dosa grinding? No. You go to a supermarket, near that somebody will be selling idli dosa, a small packet. Of course, we do not know how he has manufactured, how the quality has been maintained, but sometimes they are also good, they are also hygienic. Sometimes people do, they use mineral water, they use, but you have to try it out whether the quality is good, hygiene is there. But like ID, he came out with this proposal, but nowadays it was idli dosa. Now, so many other things, packed things are available, because nowadays people do not have time to do the grinding, to do that. If somebody does at home, if the time is available, that is the best, you see, because you know what is the kind of a rice you are using, you know what is the kind of a dal you are using, what is the kind of a water you are using, what is the kind of a refrigeration you have. So, you are aware of all these things, because I am not applying blockchain. Blockchain is something like, suppose a medicine is manufactured, nowadays you see so many forced medicines are there. Suppose I apply blockchain there, and when medicine is applied, it is entered. So, certain codes are there, some scanners are there. Anybody, the moment you are buying, if I can get connected, it is history. This is the real company has manufactured, he has given to this service, this dealer, from this dealer he has to come to a sub dealer, from sub dealer he has to come to a medicine shop. But I do not know, but we have trust on some medicine stores, because certain qualified chemists are there, that is why we will go to those stores for buying medicines. And when you say a medicine store, so the entrepreneur, see the kind of a people who, we will take up a phone call if somebody is calling. We are not able to hear. Hello? Please come out with your question. Whenever you can dial next and you can put your question. We are not able to hear you, we will answer your question, that is not an issue. And you see MSMEs, so many MSMEs, small business entrepreneurs are there. And if you go to certain industrial estates, you find so many components are being made, and you see lot of big manufacturing units are there, CNC machines are there. They make components for very big products, defense products they make. There are people, because they maintain quality. There are some people, ISRO, suppose for example, ISRO makes these satellites. So, they will have selected vendors who will make components for them, because the reliability is very important for such products. I am telling you, the car manufacturers, they make products, but all the components they will not make. They will order with their drawing, their quality, their manufacturing technology, somebody else will manufacture and supply them so many products. So, they may be maximum, they may be making the engine, they may be making the chassis, or few which is main parts, which the careful control has to be, quality control has to be maintained, they will make. But a steering wheel, a tire, you can see any car tire, the car manufacturer does not make a tire, they will buy from C8 or Modi Continental or Apollo, or there are many such tire manufacturers. They will have a contract. I will buy 1 lakh tires from you. Suppose you also are a good, you come out, you are a good entrepreneur, come out with a tire which is cost wise competitive, quality wise very good. Instead of 40,000 kilometers, one set of tires, it is giving 50,000. So, all that if you come out with a new innovation, definitely they will also come and try out your tires, and they will buy. So, this is how the entrepreneurs are making impact on the society, and as their business grows, society also gets lot of benefit. So, because the moment we try to import things and try to provide to people, and it is all costly. And you see, the iPhone was imported earlier. Now, iPhone in Bangalore or Hyderabad, Foxconn, no? So, they are getting manufactured already. Some places it has started, some place it is there. So, definitely, because it is being manufactured here, maybe future some components or supplies also, there may be some Indian companies who will provide. You can see car manufacturer, there are many Indian companies who are providing those parts. Similar way, these entrepreneurs can provide, but when really you want to enter to that business, you are also taking a risk as an entrepreneur. Suppose your product or your component what you make, when it is going through a completely testing, it fails, then company rejects. Company will not take unless it passes through those qualifying standards. For each component there is a quality check. And similarly, if you see in Japan, particularly when you see in Japan, there is a proper, when the person who is manufacturing the artisan, he checks, it comes to the people receiving end, there also checks are there, and definitely people are so much aware of quality that there is no question of compromising. The moment the compromising word comes by an entrepreneur, his product will fail, maybe he compromises with the quality, people will not be satisfied, and you will start losing customers. The customer who has bought from you, you will not come back again. This customer acquisition by an entrepreneur is very, very important. See, there are certain small example I give you. You go to a supermarket, you find a lot of people, their behavior, their helping hand and all that. If you go, sometimes somebody will come, sir, what do you want? Yeah. Yes. Hello. We will take the phone call.
Hi sir, good morning sir.
Good morning.
Sir, my question is like how to explore internship, entrepreneurship and education along with
Okay. So, along with the education, how you do start understanding entrepreneurship. See, nowadays what government has done, entrepreneurship as a subject is offered by many colleges, that is one. Second, there are many incubation centers, there are many private companies who are providing internship which is on entrepreneurship and all. See, like particularly CBIT, we have got a idea lab, AICT idea lab, which is nothing but idea development, application and evaluation and application. So, it is like entrepreneurship. So, we also offer rural entrepreneurship and industrial entrepreneurship. The complete details what we are talking today, more than that, about 40 hours of sessions we will take and we give them a project. That is how parallelly people, the students can understand. So, once you go through such kind of a program, you have understood what is entrepreneurship, you have understood what are the competencies required for entrepreneurship, and you also understand what is a business plan, how to make a business plan, how to run a business. So, all the different kind of a business model you understand, you also understand how to go to market if you make a product. So, all this is understood by you. So, then having understood this, the moment you change over to you want to become an entrepreneur, you will be successful, because certain basics, it is not that without understanding this you cannot become an entrepreneur, that is also wrong. You can find entrepreneurs who have not gone to college, as I told you. So, it is a parallel effort you have to do, because one thing is your CGPA also in a college is very important, because there are certain, if you want to take a job, your CGPA minimum some grades are which is essential. And first of all, the technical basics one should have, that is the fundamental you have. Then on that, if you build these qualities, then whether you do a job, whether you become an entrepreneur, you will be successful in your life. So, without knowing the entrepreneurial qualities, do not think that one will become very successful in his career, because the moment you join a job, for first 5-6 years, all your technical things, stuff what you have learned, it helps you to do a project. But subsequently you become a team leader, you become a manager, you become a deputy general manager, you become a general manager, when so many teams will be working. What is that? You will not be working directly on that product development, but there are so many products which are under you. Initially you have worked for few things as a member, then as a project leader, then as a manager, all these things you are doing. Then you need to have these entrepreneurial qualities, the skills. We will just go through them quickly after some time, after 1 or 2 slides it will be there. What are the entrepreneurial skill sets or competencies? Once you gain this, you have to cultivate that. It is not that I see today I learn, tomorrow I will forget. I want to do practice in your daily life. When you do any work, you try to practice all that. So, then when you do, you try to understand everything, then you will be able to make an instant decisions. Entrepreneurs cannot wait 1 day or half a day for a decision. Within 1 minute, 2 minutes, they have to decide these things to be done or not to be done. That is why and one has to be result oriented, one has to be visionary thinking, leadership I told you, resilience. So, if there is a failure, I should not leave the business, then I should do the analysis. What is what went wrong, how to correct it, take mentorship with some people and try to bring in those changes. Why my business has failed, what way I can come up again. So, like a product, as a startup you are making a product, first product fails, then what changes I should do, then what is the kind of a process which I have followed, is it not correct, what is the kind of a quality of the material I have used, it is not correct. Suppose you have make a vehicle, somewhere the cracks are developing, because the material what you have used, you have not used a material where you have used, supposed to use a spring steel, you have used ordinary steel, because a spring steel, if there is a vibration, there is a many number of time that spring can be used. Whereas, if you use a normal steel, so the moment see like your springs are there is a spring steel, separate quality of steel is to be used. But if you have used a ordinary material, after a few operations, that will not work. So, these are the kind of a failures are there which you need to address, and do not have a setback because of the failures, and that is what is also required. Flexibility, it is like you think certain point is right, but afterwards you find, suppose I will give an example of a supply chain. You are buying, you are having a factory, you are buying material from XYZ places. When you find that what you are getting, but you find another new supplier, somebody of your employee comes out, say he is a new supplier and he is giving at a lesser price with a good quality. No, you say this I have decided only buy from this, no, not required. You have to be flexible, certain decisions you have to take based on the requirement which is required at the present or for future, for your improvements. So, you cannot become fixed, or by one particular method you are using to make a product. There are different methods for making said product, but suppose you are doing by 3D printing. Let us say I am just giving a rough example, you are making one part by 3D printing. It is time taking and it is time taking and costly sometimes. But somebody has come out with a proposal that you are making, let us say 50,000 components or 10,000 components, he says we will do by pressure die casting. Initially tooling and all will be costly, but when you want to make so many products, yes, you get back your investment there. So, this kind of a flexibility is very much required. Then sorry. entrepreneur has to be resourceful. You cannot say that today the person has not come, so my shop will be closed. No, you yourself have to sit there, or somebody, some other replacement person you have to arrange, or somebody else who is not required at that point of a job, bring him here. Or you have a factory, continuous a process factory, you cannot stop it. Suppose the process is on, but 2 persons have not come because of ill health. So, you should have a resource to get 2 more temporary persons, put them there, or you are buying cement from some XYZ places, that person does not have stock, another person who should have backup, you are buying, supply chain. So, whether it is a material, whether it is a people or money, some investment is required, you are not getting from the bank, you should have another source where you can get the investment, and you, so that your business should run without a problem. That is what resourcefulness is to be required. That is why whenever you take any entrepreneur, you go there, so that they manage all these things. Okay. If person is not there, they will hire another person, all these things, or they are getting a supply chain from XYZ place, they will go to another place to get a supply chain. So, these are all immediate decisions they make whenever it is required, and it is not that no, it is you are an entrepreneur, you say let people run, I will be sitting at home, or I will be doing something else. No, sometimes it does not run. Whenever you are putting a manager even to manage a store, but you should have a full control, or suppose you have 5 stores and you want to have a control, then you have to check with each manager every day what is the sell, what is the requirement. So, that is to be required. Simple example if I take, go to a medicine store, then you say I want 1 strip of particular medicine. When he is checking, there are 8 tablets instead of 10. He will say, sir, you take evening, I will get you those another 2 tablets, you take this 8 are available. So, what he does immediately in a book, he notes down. So, there are many different pharmaceutical companies are making different medicines. So, he notes down, he knows which place is available in which company, who is the dealer, who is the distributor. So, particular medicines you will tell those distributor, please get it by evening. That is what happens. It is I am telling about a small store where by hand they are writing. Whereas, if you go to like a MedPlus, Apollo and those big stores, in the computer they will entry automatically from the central place, the supply will be made. So, that is taken care because of automation, but a small entrepreneur who is having, so he also does it. So, that resourcefulness also it is required, and customer focused, as I told you, when somebody has come for a medicine and he says, sir 8 hai, aap lena hai lijiye, otherwise go to some other store, that fellow, that customer will never come back. He says, sir take 8, rest 2, I will deliver at your house, or you want 3 strips, 2 are available, please take 1, I will be delivered at your house. Happily that person will come, maybe next time he will do is, he will telephone you, this is my prescription, can you give the medicine at my place? Then you deliver. So, that is how you customer you develop, and nowadays nobody goes and brings his groceries. Even if there is a grocery store, you go there, you will make the list, make the payment, that fellow will deliver at your house, you do not have to carry it. So, this is the kind of a customer focused service which is there by people, so that you do not have to worry much when you are going for, and you buy any online. There are few startups who are evolving. You buy a product, immediately 10 calls will be there afterwards, sir how that equipment is working is very important. So, it is like to give an example, it is like this house cleaning robots are there. Suppose I bought, then there were 7 to 8 calls afterwards every 15 days saying that how it is working, is there a problem. This is what is called customer focus. So, they are developing, so that it is like when somebody else, they do not have to do marketing, the customer will do marketing for them, he will give a feedback. So, only good companies who are supposed to be good, they will do. People who are cheating, they once they sell, subsequently sometimes they do not reply. So, that is why when somebody is an entrepreneur, you need to attend and you need to reply to the customer and try to do that services. And what are the challenges? Okay. When you say what are the challenges? Capital, yes, I saw when you want to invest your own money, the capital, if you take a loan from a personal loan, sometimes 12%, 20%, 24% interests are there, where it is very difficult unless you get from family and friends. So, when you to start a business or you have money to start a business, it is much easier, but or if you can get a loan from the bank by mortgaging certain things, because bank interests are not that high, and nowadays government is giving interest loans at a maybe slightly less interest, because the interest rates have come down. So, that way it can MSMEs also, if you are a entrepreneur having a business, and the MSMEs are the MSME office, if you go and you have got a big order, you are not able to execute because your working capital is less, some banks will come forward through them, and you will get a loan at a sometimes at a subsidized rate. That is how the government help is coming out, or banks are helping. So, that is what, and market competition is very, very important. Market competition, when you say there is a tough, you see electric scooter, so many companies are there in the market. Then when you want to see, you have a choice. No, people have a choice. You have to see, you have to analyze. Only one company is there, you have no other go, you have to buy. But now so many entrepreneurs have come up, and for them also the person who is giving a reliable equipment at a reasonable price, not at a less price, I am not telling, at a reasonable price, reliable product, good with a good technology, good service at a lesser price or optimized price. So, people will go for that. People always will calculate, the customers will calculate. That is why when you see some of the scooters, you read news report the battery got burnt, or the service is not extended, number of days are taken for the service, then what will people will lose interest in buying such product. It is affecting the total market, plus that particular company people will not buy. So, there is a failure for that company, because they are not able to capture the market, and they are not able to do a proper service. So, there is a competition in the market you have to do. So, you have to give a better quality at a reasonable price, not at the least price. People are not looking for the price. See why Sony TV maybe sometimes is costly, people still buy, maybe because of the quality. Similarly, your iPhone, Samsung or certain brands are there. So, people buy because sometimes it is because of the quality, because they do not give trouble, or you buy a phone and which every 6 months you have a trouble, you will never buy that. So, that is the people take feedback and see that the customer feedback that has to be, and cash flow management is very, very important. I was telling you, whenever you make a business, you are supplying suppose certain components to a particular manufacturer. When order is placed, you have to invest for the raw material, then all the processing, your machinery cost, your electricity cost, all that you are bearing. So, always you should see, okay, this will be my price, but I need 40% advance, because that customer's money you are utilizing to buy the material, you are using as a working capital. Otherwise, if you would have taken a bank loan and bought these items, you would have paid maybe 8% or a 10% interest. So, that for 3 months. So, you can say this is the discount I will give you, but you should give me 50% advance, because that is the interest money which you are supposed to pay to a bank or to any other person from whom you want to borrow the money. So, that is the advantage which is passed on to the customer. Or if you make your payment conditions like this, this is the rate, or if you say after getting the your item, you will pay within 15 days, this is the cost, because your working capital, these are very important. Cash flow management is very, very important. Otherwise, company can, your entrepreneur, you will become, it will become a sick company. Hiring and retaining is very, very important. See, particularly when you are manufacturing a product, there are certain people who are good in design, certain people who are good in operation, some people who are good in the manufacturing technology, some people who are good in marketing. So, those are the people who are there. You have to hire the best people, and you have to retain them. How do you retain them? What are the incentives you are giving? Any flexible timing you are offering. Okay. So, that is the kind of or you are very rigid, so that that person after few months and there is no incentive, there is no like you are praising a person for his work. See, like you say employee of the week or employee of the month, like that certain schemes are there if you practice. Yes, when you are a entrepreneur who have employed 50 people, 100 people, 1000 people. So, this retaining your will be much higher, the kind of a say attrition rate will come down. That is very important for a big company. Small company sometimes it does not make a difference, but you will get a person 1 or 2%, 5% you can get easily. For a bigger company, experts they leave, then it is sometimes people leave because they did not get promotion, sometimes people leave there is no encouragement, sometimes people leave because the work life balance they are not maintaining, not able to do because the company is retaining them for longer hours. So, these are the issues, and customer acquisition and retention is very very important for an entrepreneur, because when a customer is buying from you, you have to see the next time he comes and next time 10 times he comes. So, once you are able to retain him any number of time, if he has a confidence, he has a trust on you, he will go on buying that item, that commodity from you as a entrepreneur. This is what is also very important for a scaling up is a challenge, and there are certain legal and regulatory items, like you have a company with a 50 people working, certain regulatory contracts are there, like you have to pay their you have to pay their PF, because there is a provident fund, and you have to pay for their medical and all other things, no ESI, hospital and all, in case something is there, some money to be paid. So, so this, and suppose a GST is not paid by your company regularly, by certain time, by you have to pay the GST, let us say 31st. You have not paid, there will be a huge fine for you. So, there is a huge fine for you. So, these are the compliances you must have legal somebody who has to take, or otherwise this kind of a you have not taken PF contribution for a person, or his safety or his accident insurance is not taken, there is accident, you are not able to compensate from your company money, you have to pay, then it becomes a huge expenditure for the company. And when if it is like a tragedy like a Bhopal gas tragedy, because of some safety failure and other things, it may lead to the close down of the company. And there are a lot of uncertainties and risk that one has to take. Suppose some product you are selling, suddenly market is there, and absolutely you find after some time it is going down. You may find lot of supermarkets are getting closed, because your Zepto, Blinkit, your Big Basket, it's all these are the thing, no, they deliver products at your house, and there are even electronic products they are selling. So, people are just ordering, and it is not that at a higher price, it is as a much lesser price, and if you same thing you buy from outside, suppose it is costing price is X, if you buy from these people price is 5% less or some percentage of less, it is because again your supply chain. When I say this is how a entrepreneur does a business. Suppose like one example I will give you, when you see there are Dussehra or Diwali, these festival times, your Amazon and Flipkart, they will release certain cell phones new models, and they are sold at a price, suppose the MRP is let us say 70,000, they will sell at 60,000. How it is possible? And you go to their company store, it is 70,000 or maybe 65,000, but these people are selling 60,000. Or any dealer, you go outside, price is more, because in the supply chain what they do is, I will order 5,000 pieces at a time on the company directly, I will get it from the company. So, and certain advance also is, as I told you, when you are paying a advance, your rate comes down, because the company working capital is less, they are spending. So, these are all to be to be seen. And adopting a technology for a job is for anything, no, which is very, very important. So, you are adopting a technology, because now for any manufacturing by hand, it is fine, but sometimes no, you have to see that can I make automation so that my cost comes down, and provided you can do automation only when you have number of products to make. So, suppose you are making 5 numbers in a day, maybe it will not call for automation, you are making 50 numbers in a day, 100 numbers in a day. Yes, that time no automation is required. See, like no, I'll tell you an example. Say there are machines available, you feed a drawing and you just put a raw material, every operation it does and the product comes out, rather than one operation is done from one machinery, take it, set it in another machinery. So, like that no, lot of time is saved that way, but for that you should have a number of components. We should this I will skip it, and these are all few points whatever I was telling you, the EQ versus IQ, the emotional intelligence. What you see here is emotional intelligence. It is like no, your thinking, your analytical skill, your strategic planning. So, all these things are also very important, and when you say emotional intelligence, your self awareness, your self regulations, self motivation, because for entrepreneur these are all required. Nobody is going to motivate you, you are going to motivate others. When you can motivate others, when you have a control over your emotions. Suppose there is a problem, if you are nervous, all your employees also will become nervous. So, that is the reason. So, you should have a self control, and any disruption is there in the company business, those emotions are not to be shown to the people, you have to control. And flexibility, I told you, the change, a change comes, how to handle the change, innovativeness. So, that is very much required, and motivation, you have to get motivated and also motivate your employee. Unless the employees are motivated, they will not give their 100%, and people should have trust. That is also is very, very important, and there are empathy. You have to see if there is an employee who is very sincere, hard working, and he sometimes he stays beyond his working hours and trying to help your business. Suppose tomorrow he has some urgency, like when you see morning time when you travel, parents are going to drop their children for examination. He says my son or daughter is writing, so I will come half an hour late. He said nothing doing, you have to come on time. So, sometimes you need to look at their convenience, and that gives a motivation for them. He will stay 1 hour extra and work for you. So, these are all, see, it is all, there is no hard and fast rule, written guideline, how do you do it. See, it is your you have to think, and you have to devise a method how to motivate them. Of course, there are certain guidelines how to motivate people, but it does not theory does not work always. So, you need to see that how to motivate people, and leadership skill is very, very important, and you should work as a change catalyst, or you should be able to manage changes. Suppose you are working in a company, some changes have come. So, you should see that how that change can be brought into production, how, or in the process, if it is a process, in that process, and collaboration and cooperation is very, very important. So, these are the skills which is very much required, but when you are an entrepreneur, not a small entrepreneur with 1 or 2, 3 people, when you want to become a big entrepreneur, there you need people for your factory, for your things, for making a business. So, you need to identify a team which is very much required for an entrepreneur, and if your team is good, they are sincere, hard working, they are innovative, they are creative, then you will be a successful entrepreneur, and they will also become a successful employees. So, they will also have career growth, you will also have a business growth. So, this is what is. So, when you want to take people, you have to, suppose it is a core engineering, you have to identify their core skills and define the roles, what kind of a role they should take. So, you need to spend more time for identifying people who fit to your job. It is not that overnight you take and you try to appoint some people, they are not in a position, they are not fitting your organization. So, that way you have to be very careful, and you have to assign the role properly, so that that person is doing the job sincerely. And in case you have appointed some people, you find that this person does not fit in engineering department, he fits in something, let us say marketing, move him to marketing. If he does not fit, then he has to go out. So, see, as an entrepreneur, a person who is not contributing for the company, as a overhead you cannot carry him, because you are paying his salary and you are also losing your production, because that person is not able to contribute. Just a minute. And particular, whenever you are putting a factory, you are an entrepreneur putting a factory one particular location, you must take people from the nearby area. Do not have to take so a community engagement, engage people from the nearby, but they should have a proper qualification. Unless if they do not have, you take them and train. That is also possible, because they will be able to spend more time, their travel time is less, and they will not take much leave. So, this is what is the local talent recruitment, like Zoho has done, Zoho Corporation. I was giving example. So, leverage local knowledge. There are some people who are specialists in certain processes, try to see that whether those people can be hired, and so you should that part you should, the community leaders are there. So, have good relation with the community leaders. Okay. There are many things. When you are an entrepreneur, you cannot, you have to get connected with the community, you have to get connected with the people. You cannot be away. In a particular state or a particular area, particular town, you are making a business, and that town celebrates one festival. So, that day you cannot say that I will not be a part of it, or certain things to be done for that. Suppose it is a Diwali, I am just giving an example. Diwali, whole thing is decorated, whole market is decorated, everything. If you go to the north particularly, suppose somebody has a business, then his shop is does not decorate, then people think what is this. So, you have to go with the community, go with those traditions. So, that because you are an entrepreneur, you have to see that how to make your customer happy, that is your target. So, for that you have to do this, yes, whether you like it, do not like it, yes, it is, sometimes it is to be done. Collaboration and partnership is very important, because when you are making, you need to collaborate. Maybe sometimes somebody is a competitor, but they collaborate. You see Apple buy some components from Samsung. Why? It is because they have a MOU, they have a supply, they help each other that way. They are competitor in the market for the phone, but suppose Samsung has got a certain manufacturing facility, they are leader in that. Apple does not mind buying that component from Samsung. Similarly, in the market there are some your competitors, unless he says I will not supply, that is different thing. But suppose somebody is making a component, and that component is also required by you, then you need to buy from them. So, that way maybe they will charge little more, he is also getting a business. You are saying 1 lakh components I will buy, he is also getting, though he is not able to compete in the cell phone market with you, in the market he is selling less number of, but he gets lot of profit by selling his components to you. So, that is what it happens. I will give an example. For a power station, let us say you want, or I will take this your lift irrigations, your motor pump is required. Suppose somebody two are competing with each other, and finally one loses, he is specialist in, let us say, pump, and you are a motor manufacturer, he loses. So, you can buy his pump if his pump quality is good, or the pump fellow, if he wins the business, he can buy the motor from you if your motor is good. It happens for a bigger power stations. No, there are certain people, no, certain manufacturers, without taking names, let me tell you. So, that certain components are good, reliable, and the government will try to insist, or some private companies when they buy, they say this component should be like, sometimes we will say if you supply this system, the computer which will supply should be make of x, y, z. Okay. That is what possible. So, suppose the x, y, z computer who is making, he is also supplying, that case he will supply computers to that fellow who will give it to the customer. So, that is why component, you want to make a business, you can also supply to your customer, to your competitors also, provided you are getting that kind of a support or that kind of a advantage from him. Sometimes they do not supply, sometimes a component manufacturer of one company will not supply you the component, because that other company says you cannot, if you are my vendor, you cannot supply component to my competitor. That kind of a contract they will have. Of course, business anything can happen. So, collaboration, partnership is very, very important, and this NGOs, government NGOs, they sometimes social entrepreneurship, they can provide support for you. So, and funding, like you need some CSR funding. These NGOs are people, they can get you CSR funding, because certain social innovation project you want to carry out. It is like, let us say you are NGO and you want to do, or you have come out with a idea or a product which can help let us say physically challenged people. For that you need a investment, and these NGOs are there who can get you the investment from banks, he can get you the investment from different companies under the CSR schemes. And these are some of the rural entrepreneurship I was telling, and you can see them, and sometimes they are the experts in making this kind of a components. So, they are also entrepreneurs. Only thing is they do not know how to market their product. Though they are experts, sometimes they do not know how to market. Now, this digitalization which is coming, your mobile phone use everywhere, slowly they can do a digital marketing, they can put in Instagram, they can put in YouTube, they can put see many people know this kind of a manufacturers, they put their product in the YouTube, so that people get attracted, and people by seeing that they will contact, and the number is left there. So, many marketing are done through YouTube or through Instagram, through all this or Facebook. So, when they put their video or certain product, their specification, everything, and they will tell you all about the advantage, the cost and part, and they leave a mobile number, or the moment you connect. So, you get it. So, this is the kind of a rural entrepreneurship which can be done. Suppose some students, he is from rural background, he can find what are the areas where he can help his people nearby. Suppose he puts a factory and such products are made, can he have a place, a digital marketplace where he can sell these products, and those people will get the employment. And any entrepreneur to use a sustainable practice, means finally whether you say it is a packaging or anything, so it should be sustainable practice which will be used, because the environment, and throwing a scrap, suppose there is a medicine factory or a pharmaceutical company, he should not discharge all his waste, chemical waste directly to the nala, rather than it should be processed, then only clean water has to be discharged. So, that way eco-friendly practices, sustainable practices, which is very much required. That is why nowadays people they tell about carbon credit, or I am using so much of green energy. So, these are the things people get attracted by that, or I have used this packaging material which is recycled, I have used a recycled plastic, or this water which is used, which is a recycled water. So, all these points are sometimes it carries lot of meaning when you want to expand your business. Technology integration is very, very important. It is like when you say let me take some example in the urban area and a rural area, both the things. Suppose you are making certain product, there are certain technology which if you use it, you get a product which is defect free, and the second is you get at a lesser price, and you can make a large number of components in a short time. So, that you are able to deliver the products in time. Suppose the demand is more, then you have gone for this. This is a kind of a technology. That is why you see lot of car manufacturing was done by hand. Nowadays, everything is automated. Robots are doing welding. Okay. Robots are assembling. Suppose the seat is to be assembled, people were assembling. The robot will take the seats, put it, and there is another robotic hand which will tighten the bolt. Maybe somebody will check everything is done properly or not, but initial part is done, engine to be fixed. Earlier people used to take a lift, take it and fix it, but now a robot will take out and put it in a proper place, then final tightening and checking people, human being can do. Otherwise, the way AI is going, you can, that also can check. Like no engine is checked thoroughly, so that certain the check process.
Sure.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah. You can. You can.
Sir,
connect.
Sir, I'm Srinivas. My question is, what are the key skills should students develop to success in entrepreneurship program, sir?
Okay. We have a point there. I will answer your questions. Let me complete this. I will tell you there are about 10 to 12 points which the students should focus, and what are the kind of a competencies they should have, the students should have, so that they will be successful. I will cover this point. I will keep in mind. It is there already. It is planned. So, like a rural entrepreneurship, see, we see the paddy is produced, it is dried in the sun. Chili is produced, it is dried in the sun. So, can I use a technology? So, this is where a student can think of a new technology which is to be put there, so that I can see today suddenly there is a rain comes. Suppose the chili is being dried, whole thing becomes wet. Again you need more time for drying, or rice is being dried, or the wheat is being dried, anything which you are drying. So, can I use a dryer which is a machine dryer there, or even with a sun drying? Can I have a method? I will use sun drying, but the moment rain is expected, can I have a AI to indicate me this rain is coming, or few drops are there, and automatically cover those drying places. These are the kind of how the technology can be used to see that this drying process and all everything will be automated, or you can say cost effective method of drying. Otherwise, no, they sometimes the food get this kind of the material they get spoiled. And the agriculture, when you are doing nowadays, lot of technology can be used. People are what you are doing in a particular, see, one crop you have grown, and maybe next time, next 4 months, that is not suitable for that crop. So, what people will do? So, people can take the soil and test it. So, what is the kind of a crop I can grow now? So, a suggestion is given. Now, it is all manually done. It is very difficult. People spend time, farmers they spend time. Can I use AI or something? No. So, the students can think of. So, these are the places where student can enter and say that I will develop a scheme or develop a equipment where I will check everything. Suppose I will develop one equipment, 10 farmers can have that and check their fields, and they can say it will analyze all the soil, it will give you the feedback, and based on that soil composition, I will connect it to AI with your mobile phone, and it will give you a guidance. Now, if you grow this crop, this is going to be your yield. If you grow this crop, this is going to be the yield. Then he can choose depending on the market requirement, depending on the market demand. So, the which crop he should grow, so that he gets maximum benefit. That is one. So, this is how the technology can play a role. So, the students, these slides will continue in the TV, so that people also can have can look at it. See, one is a leadership, as I have shown the emotional intelligence, leadership, managerial skill. See, the entrepreneur, the student should have a vision and strategy. Then decision making skill, as I was telling you, quickly you have to decide when you really want to become an entrepreneur. Team building is very important. Conflict resolution, this is a conflict, they call it, we call it a conflict management in industry. One house example I will give you. Suppose brother and sister, brother likes one particular channel, sister likes another channel. There is a conflict, which channel to be seen. If they discuss with each other, I will see this half an hour, you see next half an hour, that is all fine. But somebody else has to come in, then do this conflict management. So, as a entrepreneur, if there is a conflict between the employees, not any conflict between personal conflict, it is a your managerial conflict. Suppose one employee is saying I should manufacture this way, other fellow is saying, you must discuss with them, interact with their bosses, find out a method, say this is how it is to be done, and call each one. You say yes, your suggestion is fine, but these are the issues, your suggestion is fine, it is these are the points, or make them together. So, conflict management is very important, and resource management and delegation. See, like no, as an entrepreneur, you want to do everything. Like you are making a product, a student is developing a product. So, let us say you are making a drone, example I am giving you. So, a CSE student is making a drone, or a IT student is making a drone. The CSE or IT student does not know about motor, CSE IT student does not know about the propellers, CSE and IT may not be knowing that much of details, a communication system like a ECE will know, because a drone will have a communication system, it will have a motor, it will have a propeller. So, it will have a code. He is specialist in code, but he needs all these things. So, then resource that you have to delegate that work to those people who are knowing. That is why suppose you are working an entrepreneur, you have to delegate, you have to find which is the person having knowledge on this, you have to delegate that work to that person. So, students have to distribute the work in such a way that they are delivering a product, it is a multidisciplinary project like that. Nowadays, NEP also is talking about that, our educational policy is talking on multidisciplinary project. So, people join hands, like industries they work like that, industry will not work like one person, there will be 5 or 6 persons, even there will be a marketing person, even there will be a person, even some private industries, you see there will be HR person in the team. What HR person does in the team? He will see that what kind of a competencies are required for that job, in case it is missing, they will provide it. So, resource management, and not only manpower resource, it is the material resource, that is also very important. Then financial management is the core, or the is the main challenge for any entrepreneur. So, whether it is bootstrapped or cost control, how do you can do cost control. Suppose for the meeting you are sending people here and there, you have 3 companies, people are flying for this thing, can you have one meeting over Zoom, all these WebEx and all these things. So, that or you can discuss a problem online, and maybe after 2 or 3 such meetings, only the final meeting offline coming to a conclusion. So, this is how the financial management, the students have to learn the leadership management, have to learn the financial management, and these are all possible, because every institutions normally they will be having a Institution Innovation Council, which is a program by Ministry of Education Innovation Cell and AICT. So, that they conduct lot of program on innovation, incubation, startup, IPR, and this kind of a program, business communications, financial management, marketing and sell, go to market strategy. So, these are very much required. See, each one is a special field. Suppose I say marketing itself, go to market itself is a is a large topic. So, it is they should how to do a market research, how to do a benchmarking of a product, how to take the technical specification and compare with your design, what way you can help, and digital marketing is how you can do in a better way, and sales strategy, how to have the sales strategy. And if you have made a product, the launching of the product also is very essential. Like now, when the movie is made, sometimes they will wait for Dussehra, Diwali or New Year or such a Pongal to release a movie. What for? Because people are in festive mode. The moment the movies are released during that time, Next 1 week people are in a festive mood, they go, they enjoy. So, you get lot of return, otherwise no, there is no point till wait, any day I can release a movie. But this is how the sales strategy, this strategy is made. Customer relationship management is very important. So, this is what our students to be taught, and they should attend such sessions whenever it is. Product and service development, operation, logistics, supply chain. You have make a product, how to send, suppose you want to export, how it is to be exploded by air it has to go or by ship it has to go. Suppose your products are too big, then ship it has to be in a container it has to go. Then all this management, operation, logistics people have to understand. This is I am talking for a large entrepreneur, but for a small entrepreneur also, if you are an entrepreneur and you want to supply the material or supply your equipment, supply your product to different places, you have a tie up. There are many delivery companies are there, you tie up and you can deliver your product. You say you have to send by courier, let us say some papers. If you have a tie up with, let us say DTDC, you have a tie up with FedEx, you have a tie up with eCart, or you have a tie up with the delivery. So, all that now if you have a tie up, then suppose wherever you are paying 100 rupees as a normal thing, they will take your letter for 20 rupees, because you are saying in a year I will give you so much of business, in a month I will give you 1000 such parcels to be moved. So, they also feel that yes, their base business is something they are doing, they will make profit from that. Whereas, once they get 2000 such supply orders from you, even though they are doing at a 40% price, still they may not be able to make that much of profit, but the regular expenditure is met. So, that adds to your, because once the expenditure is made, your profit margin goes up there, because whatever earlier you are doing a profit, you are by selling, you are getting let us say 20% profit. But see, there are certain expenditures which has to be made by those sale only. Now, part of that expenditure is taken up, because same employees, same system, same process, same delivery vans, all that are there. So, instead of a person carrying 10 parcels, now he will carry 15 parcels. Person is one and he delivers, he is being paid per delivery that much of money. So, this is how things can be. Networking is very important, partnership is important. Nowadays, people always say network, many events people attend, they say I am doing networking. So, but networking has to be used properly. It is not that just go on attending. Finally, when I attend lot of events and a lot of lectures I listen, a lot of lectures are time is spent for that. See, today's 2 hours lecture, let us say, what is the takeaway for the people? That is very important. Have you learnt anything? That is also very important. The person who is delivering the lecture, for him also you see what is that I have communicated. Is it going to help in their entrepreneurship? Is it going to help in their career? Or they are getting a path, they are getting the basics, then further they can explore. So, these are the things which is very much required. And right side there no, when you say it is operation, logistics, supply chain, whether it is an advanced level, whether it is the intermediate level, whether it is a low level. So, based on your kind of a business you are doing, then this you have to decide that yes, I should have people who should have these kind of a skills, this, and as an entrepreneur you should have all skills, or at least intermediate level for the skills, if not advanced level skills, but you need to manage through people, or somewhere suppose a legal you have only little less skills, but you should have a person or a connected or a chartered accountant or a person, financial person, who will manage all your finance with trust and everything. Otherwise, and in between you have to, as an entrepreneur you have to check. See, cash management is very important. What is going, what is coming, what is the expenditure, where the check is made, because as an entrepreneur you have to sign all the checks. Legal compliance, I told you. Personal development, time management is very important. So, just like that a work is given, the person is taking too much of time. So, that also has to be checked. Stress management, a person we are putting so much of load that he is getting stressed. So, all your quality will be hampered. A operator, you are just putting pressure, you say you have to produce, you have to produce, you are not giving a free time. So, that is what is required. Sometimes the education, continuous learning, teaching people the new techniques, new technology, that is also very important. So, that you can expose your people. So, as an entrepreneur, the students first they have to learn all these things. So, then and the people who the work, collaboration and partnership I have already told, culture sensitivity, I show respect for all local custom, traditions, value, and you have to build trust with the people. The day you have built trust, then you will see the Tata group of companies. There is a trust by the people. That is why any product Tata comes out is successful. You would have seen Judio, it is a business. It is like you get your dresses and everything there, Judio. Then if you go there, it is not owned by Tata, it is hired by Tata under lease. Only the people who operate, they belong to the Tata Trust. So, somebody has built, somebody is maintaining that, and these people are operating, and whatever sales is there, some percentage as per the MOU agreement is paid back. So, that is why they are able to expand at so many places in a short time, and they are doing well. And dresses are because it is for all middle class people who do not see. First thing is somebody goes, you see, it is like a brand, you have a feel like you go to a big brand showroom where you go pay for a 5,000, 6,000 for a shirt, or here if you go there, your anything you buy maybe 1,000 rupees, 1,200 rupees, exactly once or twice only have gone, but you find that it is all. See, this is a business model. So, a entrepreneur, we have different business models. So, like here I told you sometimes you give franchisee and you earn money, you define that what is the process to be made, what is the ingredient to be used, you supply the ingredient, let people make those things, they pay you some franchisee charges. That is what is there as a part of their profit is said. That is one type of model. Or you start opening your factories everywhere, because then it is very difficult to maintain, difficult to operate. There can be a customer complaint. So, this is how you need to operate. Mentorship and support network is very, very important. Because the teachers, when you say faculties, students, how I will just try to connect now students, teachers and this kind of a entrepreneurship. So, whenever they are doing a minor project or a major project, you have to choose a project which will give something back to the society, something back to the industry, something back as a technology, something back as a self-reliance, something back to Viksit Bharat. So, if we just go through that as a faculty people and they identify, then students are put there, and these students will take up those areas for the further development, because the the students can get a feel that what is required for the country, what is required for the society, what is required for the industry. So, we take up, that is the kind of a work we will take up, that is the kind of a mini project, your major project you take up, that is the kind of a idea I should think, and this idea I will convert to a product. Then this kind of a thing, once the faculty, student, they sit together and decide, they can do wonders, because thousands of students are available, very good quality students are available, and people want to do, faculties are available. So, if they combinedly decide this is what we should do, which will make one impact on the society, get a good name for the college, get a good name for them. It is not that I do a project, just close report, I get my CGPA, I get my degree out. So, maybe sometimes if I do 100 such work, if 20 or 25 such work are becoming a product, we are happy about it. Suppose the college is doing, let us say 1000 projects, 50 or 100, we have a patent filed, we have an idea which is coming up, which can even go to market. So, these are the little more thought process will be required by the people, and connect with industry. That is what is very much required. Connect with some industry experts, because they are the people who can bring in a lot of inputs for your ideas. They can tell you these ideas will work, these ideas will not work. Say mentorship from the faculty, mentorship from the industry mentors is very much required for that. I will just goal setting, as objectives, action plan, implement, these are all qualities required. Now, when you want to, a student want to become a, it's like a goal setting. When a student is studying, his intent say, okay, I should come out first, second, third in the class, or I should get 9 CGPA, 8.5 CGPA, all these things. So, that way, like that goal setting, you must have a goal setting and an action plan. Effective communication. So, this I will skip because time. And there are some policies, just 5 minutes I will just try to cover them. It is National Innovation and Startup Policy by Government of India, which is there, maybe every college is knowing about it. Creation and conduction of the environment for startups. So, you go to any college, anything, they have an incubation center, they have a idea lab. So, all these facilities have been created, so that the startup, the students can go in that direction. They can convert their idea to a prototype, to a product. Okay. Support research and innovation, lot of projects are given, all that DST, AICT, research, innovation, lot of supports are given, and there are many public sectors, sometimes they are also supporting, or government sectors, they are also supporting certain products. IPR, lot of help is given by the government, people to file IPR awareness, IPR protection. Then funding, that is one area that also NASP encourages for funding, all that it is possible. See, earlier funding was a issue. So, collaboration with the industry, academia and industry collaboration, that is very much, because academia is always on theory, industry is always on practice. If they combine, what is required, theoretical help, or these people what they need, suppose theory, something I am doing, how to implement. So, like a combination, industry and academia interface, though academia, academic institutions will have lot of industry MOUs, but further going into detail, converting, utilizing the industry experts. So, that is what is required. Regulatory supports, it supports. Then there are in Telangana state, let me just quickly cover Telangana State Innovation Cell TSIC, then your T Hub is there, T Works is there. So, these are all this technology hub, where there is an incubation service, networking opportunities, global exposures, Telangana startup policy, like you have task here, we have here. We have many such things, which is this kind of a skill development program which is coming through task, and TSAT, through this it is getting transmitted. So, these are kind of a government policies and the help which is being, and Telangana State Financial Corporation, which is also, and these are some of the things students should know. Any idea they are working, I must connect to sustainable development goals. If I say it is, I will just quickly glance through, because there are only 2 minutes left. So, sustainable development, no poverty, zero hunger, good health and well-being, lot of health tech products people can do, students can do, quality education. So, the education institute, they have to play a lot of role in quality education, skill development, entrepreneurship, IPR related or innovation related. So, these are the kind of a subjects we offer, or kind of a sessions you conduct. So, you can give a quality education to the students, and they can become entrepreneur, they can become a good researcher, they can become can have a good career in any industry. Gender equality, clean water and sanitation, affordable clean energy. So, these are the kind of things where if you can relate our projects for ideas in this, so that you get support from outside, and it is easy to convert, and it will find definitely application, decent work and economic growth, industry innovation, and it is a big subject. When you connect with a industry, what industry requires, what innovation and infrastructure, reduce inequality, sustainable cities and communities. This is many things where waste energy, waste recovery. So, how that can be converted to climate action is very, very important, and life below water, life on land, partnership goals, and so these are the sustainable development goals. If our ideas, you can link here, students can link any of these things, say then faculties can, and nowadays in the institutes also a lot of focus is there on how to address this sustainable development goals. Niti Aayog has got a plan, and many places it is being implemented, and it is all Government of India also initiative. And I would say the Government of India is taking lot of initiative, Government of Telangana also a lot of initiatives are there. So, with this I hope lot of entrepreneurial mindset will come, lot of entrepreneurs will come out. Thank you.